Hello everyone, this is Yukai Chow, and I am here to help you become powerful and successful in your field. It's a little late, some people are asleep, so I don't want to talk too loud, but I still want to share some things, right? I want to talk about the stress of a startup CEO because I feel like a lot of people don't know how stressful it is to run a company, how stressful it is to run a startup. I recently actually just got into an argument with a friend who thinks that, you know, I don't pay enough attention to that person, and I can say, oh, I can eat with the person, but not do this. And a lot of friends don't really understand. So I kind of want to bring in an analogy that compares this to schooling because everyone's been in school, you kind of understand it. So imagine that you're taking this test, you're preparing for this test, and if you don't do well on this test, you are kicked out of school. Not only so, this test supposedly helps you go into dental school or law school, but if you don't do well, you instantly lose your entire undergrad career. The past 3 years or 4 years are just wasted. It becomes nothing, right? Even worse, if you fail this test, a bunch of your friends will also be kicked out of school immediately, and their last 3 4 years are wasted. Now, you would be pretty stressed about taking this test. You'd be trying to studying. You would be when you're taking, you'd be like, oh crap, I'm taking this test and I can't fail because I fail. Everyone's gonna get kicked out of school. Now, what makes this whole thing even worse is that it's not the test you're preparing for. It's like every single day there are pop quizzes. And if you fail on these pop quizzes, some of them are okay, you just have a bad day. Some of them, like I said, everyone gets kicked out of school. I mean, some of them you fail and one of your friends get kicked out of school. Like if you make a bad business move and you have to lay off people, it's just terrible. So every day, a startup CEO goes through these things. There's pop quizzes, problems that come up every single day that they have to solve. And if you don't do it well, if you don't solve it well, your last 3 years of hard work of building a startup might just go away. Your company might just die. It might just fail, and that's a lot of stress, right? And also for some people who feel like I don't hang out with them, I don't have time to have fun. That's natural. Same another school analogy. Let's say you have a school project due tomorrow, right? And suddenly it's 5 days later and you still haven't finished it. You're trying to finish that term paper, right? And even worse, at that time there's another term paper due the next day and there's two more midterms due the day afterwards. So you're seriously behind with every single thing. When you're in that situation, your friend says, hey, let's go out and hang out, play basketball. You can't do it. You have to pull your all-nighter. You have to sit there and finish the project that was due a week before, try to finish the project that's due tomorrow, and hopefully cram up enough time to do well on your tests, right? And I mean, our company, we have 10, 11 people, so a lot of people have very clear tasks. Some people do marketing, some people do usability, some people do database, whatnot, and sometimes people don't are curious about what does the CEO do? What do I do, right? Because I'm usually the business side person, does all the sales, the marketing, and all that stuff. But I have June Loiza to do that. And what do? I always help with that. I kind of just make sure everything runs smoothly. Make sure that all the problems are solved because I don't know how it happens, but every single day there are problems with people, there are problems with business, there are problems with clients. And I have to go solve them. And I make sure everything goes smoothly, which means I do the operations, the finances, the recruiting people. So all the back end, non sexy stuff, so I can make sure that everyone else is doing what is exciting, what they like. Because some people disagree with me, but I believe that the leader's job is to do all the things that no one else wants to do so everyone can focus on their strengths and what they love. And this is one of the reasons why we have so many people in future delivery contributing passionately without getting much pay or any pay at all. And that's because I work really, really hard to help people work on what they love doing, what they want to do, and I bring them into this journey. So anyway, this is just a small, not too small, a 5-minute update on kind of like the days I go through, how I feel, and why, if you're my friend, I can't hang out with you as often. I wish I could. I wish I could rest more, but that's just the nature of my job, and it's a lifestyle. I choose it, and I'm going to execute it through. So hopefully, I'll have a really strong business, generate a decent amount of cash, and I can let go of most of it, and still have it run very well. Then I can spend time with my friends and hang out. I miss those days. Anyway, take good care of yourself, and you have been FD Ty.